We are fortunate to have Ed Schlump here to help us with an auction. We're a chance for you to win fabulous adventures. So, the man of the hour. So our spotters, if you could take your place. Those of you who helped the spot, and Ed will take over. Ed, you're going to have to stay put, I'm sorry. Don't touch anything, I'm told.
If it doesn't work, I'll get out in front here. Being a teacher for many years, I'm used to yelling. So if I have to yell, so be it. A few years ago when I did this auction, I recall we had 4 items to auction off. Well, tonight we have 13. And it's going to take some time to get through this, especially if we give due recognition to where these items came from. But please, let's try and move through it. We'll get it done on time. 7 of these 13 items are golf outings. So those of you that are golfers, please get your bids in quickly. They are various prices and values. We'll mention that as we go along. So have we got some spotters back there? I see Dan, a couple of others. All right, people raise your hands. Let us know quickly. All right, first of all, we have an outing at the Fairways of Woodside. This is 4 people, 18 holes with a cart. Most of you know it's over there in Sussex, and it can be used anytime through the end of next season, through September of 23. Estimated value of $250. Somebody want to start with 100. Let me see if I got 100. You get 100 for 4 people. That's $25. Add a little bit of 100. Here's 100. Give me 100 and a quarter. 100 and a quarter. I got 100. I got 100 and a quarter. 100 and a quarter. 100 and a quarter. Should I go up to 100 and a half? No. 125 right here, Jerry Missling. I need 150. I need 150. I got it here. 175. Yes. Now I need 2. 200. I need 200. We're going to sell it at 175. Going to our honored guest here, Jerry Missling. 175. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's Jerry Missling. They do look a little bit I don't normally wear these except for reading. All right, Tim, you're at 175. Yeah. Going once, going twice. Sold to Tim Newman, 175. Thank you. I was going to say something about all the students that are here that are formerly my students. Jill is being honored tonight. Jill and Jerry and Tim Newman and Mr. Becker and Scott Krause back there. Nice to be here. Okay, second item, Ironwood. You know where that is. This is also good through 2023. Same deal, 4 people, 18 holes. This value is estimated at $225. We'll start again at 100. We get 100, we got 100, now I need 150. 150 you were in before, 150. Oh, we got it. Now 175. 175 we got right here, 175. Mr. Newman, I believe. 200. Who'll give me 2? We got 2 back there. Thank you. 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter. That's face value. 2 and a quarter. Tim. 250. 250. Anyone? 2 and a quarter. Going once. Going twice. Sold to Tim.
I saw it.
Okay. He saw it. I was busy.
Let's go to replay.
So we're at 2 and a quarter here. That means you're at 250. All right, 250. Going once. Going twice. Sold $250. Thank you. That's above value. All right. Wanakee is next. Wanakee is still up there and operating. Okay. Well, I mean, there were stories in the paper. This package, however, does not include the cart. This is walking. It's 18 holes, and this is only for 2 people. So the value is a little less here. Let's see if someone will give us $50. $50 for 2 people walking at Wanakee.
You can rent the cart, by the way. You can rent the cart.
Yeah, but the package that you're getting doesn't include the cart.
I think he was bidding though.
Tim, I know, I was gonna say, $50, you had your hand up, then you can talk. Who'll give us 75? Who'll give us 75? We got 50. Who'll give us 75? We're gonna sell it at 50. It's a deal, a real deal. 50.
We got two back.
All right, which one was first?
She was.
Jerry doesn't want that one. Is that Robin?
No, that's Susan.
I can't see.
Susan Sutherland.
Oh, okay, she's bidding 75? All right, yeah, I need to go up to 100 then from there. 75 once. Anybody bid 100? Bid 100? We're gonna sell it at 75. Bid 100. Going once, twice. Sold. Thank you, Sue. $75 for the Wanakee golf package. This next one is at Ozaki Country Club. Now we're moving up a little bit here in quality. This is golf for 3 with carts, and it includes a hosted lunch. Scott Nelson and Andrea have donated this. I presume Scott is going to be golfing. He'll be the fourth. Or Andrea. One of those will make up the 4th person. Can you golf 5 there?
No.
Probably not. Probably not. All right. This is quite a legendary course out there in Mequon. And again, this date you can use all the way up to September of 2024. Not 2023, but 24. So gives you some time to work it out. All right, this value is $600, so I got to start this one at 200. Who'll give us 200 for this Ozaki Country Club outing? Did I hear something back there? Yes, we got 200. All right, I need 250. I need 250. We got 200 back there. I need 250 Ozaki Country Club. There we go. Jerry's going to bid 250. Now I need 3. 3 back there. That's half price. Half price. 300. You give us 300. Yes, I see it now. Now I need 350. Now I need 350. Back here, I see. Rick, right there, 350. All right, then I need 4. This includes a lunch now. Dick says 4. 450 I need. Dick says 4. I need 450. This is a bargain. This is a bargain. I heard 450. Now I need 5. 5? 5. Dick says yes. All right, 550. Who will give me 550? We're going to sell it for 500. 550, anyone? 550. Thank you very much. Now I need 6. Now I need 6. One time, 6. We got it from Dick Becker. 650. 650 is what it's going to take. We're at 600. We need 650. I don't think I heard it.
I think she's done.
We're going to sell it once, going twice. Sold. Thank you, Dick Becker. Now the next one is right here at beautiful North Hills. Again, this is golf for 3. The donators are Brad and Dawn Christensen. Christensen, you might remember Brad, a heck of a basketball player when he was here, and a golfer as well. So this is for 3. Sure, you'll be joining up with Brad, obviously, as the 4th member. This one is good through next season to the end of September in 2023. And this too includes lunch, okay? So once again, we have a value of about 600 here. So we need to start it at 200. Give us a start at 200 for this almost identical package that we just had for Ozaki. Do I hear 2? Do I hear 2 back there? Do I hear 2 in here? Up front, back there? 2, thank you. Who'll go 3? We got 200, we need 3. 300 from Jerry, 350. 350 I gotta have, we got 350 back there, now I need 4. We got 350 back there, 4. Anyone here? Front, middle, back? 350, a heck of a deal. Going once. Up there we got 4 out of Jerry, now I need 450. 450, ma'am, 450. We're gonna sell it. 400, going once, going twice. Jerry Missling, thank you very much. Now the next one is Broadlands Golf Club. Broadlands is, where is Broadlands? It doesn't say it here. Where is it? North Prairie. I think I played there once. I think. It says it's a fairly wide open link style course. And there's, where is it? Oh, yeah, this is for 4 people, 18 holes with cart, $240 value. Who'll give me 100? Who'll give me 100? We got 240 for the value back there, thank you. 150, 150, we got 100 bid, we need 150, got 150. We got 100, we need 150. Anyone else? Golfers? There's 150, thank you. How about 2? How about 2 back there? Thanks, Jerry. Or Dan, you got 200? 200, you're bidding yourself, okay? Well, I wasn't sure you were spotting before. Dan Schwinn says 200. Do I hear 240? That's face value. Do I hear 240 back there? 240, we're gonna sell it for 200 otherwise. Going once to Dan, going twice. Sold, thank you, Dan Schwinn. Washington County Golf Course. This one is for 4 people again, 18 holes with carts. This one was donated by Tim Gertz. Is he here tonight? I thought somebody said he was here, Tim Gertz. 4 18 holes with carts. All right, estimated value of $280. Let's start it at 100. Let's start it at $100. 4. Back here's 100. 150 for Newman. 150. Who'll give me 2? Who'll give me 2? I see a hand back there. Thank you. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Tim says 225. 250. Do I get 250? We got 225 up here from Tim. There's 250. Now we go right up to 3. Right up to 300. Let's round it off. We'll sell it at 300. We got 250. We're going once. 3 I heard back here. Thank you. Oh, that's Nelly. 300's bid. 325. 325. We're going to sell it 300 once, twice, and sold to Eric Nelson. Thank you. All right, that's all the golf. Now we get into the drinking. Well, there's drinking with golf too, I mean. All right, listen up, I'll tell you about this cocktail cruise. Lake Michigan, Milwaukee River, your cruise will be aboard the Lakefront Property 4, which is a 47-foot cruiser's power boat. We have room for 6, and we will provide you with snacks, beer, and wine as we cruise the lake and river. If you've never been out in the water, it gives you a whole new perspective of how beautiful Milwaukee really is. We can plan your cruise weekdays or evenings or whenever available. Plan for several hours. So this is for 6 people, donated by Mike and Lynn Bauman, New Homes Wisconsin LLC, and they're in real estate, building, and remodeling. Are Mike and Lynn here tonight? Well, we certainly want to thank them for this beautiful offer. The value they put on is about $700. Let's see if we can start it at 4. This is for 6 people. Can we get a bid of 400 to start this off for the cruise? Back there we see it. Okay, then give me 450. 450, we got 4. I need 450. We got 4 back somewhere back there, right? This, oh, there it is. Okay, we got 400. Who, do I hear 450? Do I hear 450? This is a bargain. This is almost half price here. Back there, 450. Now I need 5. I need 5. We got 450. I need 5. We got 5. I need 550. We got 5. I need 550. Yes. Yes. Okay. 6. 6. We got 650. We got 6. We're going once. 6. 650. We got 6. We're going twice. Okay. I got 650. Now I need 7. Now I need 7. We got 650. We're going to sell it at that price. Oh, we got 7. Thank you. 725. We're just going to ease up here now. 725. That's pretty close. 725. Do I have 7 once back here? 725. No. Going twice. Sold for $700. Thank you. Thank you. Now, this next one is kind of interesting. Are Sharon and Joe Menomonee here?
Yep, they're back.
There they are. Okay, they donated this. And here's what it is. A home tour. If you are like the rest of Menomonee Falls, you have admired the home at N89 15883 Main Street. Sharon and Joe have graciously offered a tour of their beautiful home with a luncheon for 12. With a luncheon for 12, okay? Let that soak in there. Estimated value, priceless, really. All right, who'll start this off at $200? Who will start it off at 2? I got there, I need 3. I need 3, I got it back there. I need 4. Yes, Scott says 4. Now I need 450. We got 4, I need 450. 450, we got $400. Do I get 450? 12 people, that's it, 450 now, 5. Back there is 5 from Scott. Can you do 550? Can you do 550? We got 500, there's 550. 6 from Scott back there, 600 we're at. Do I hear it? Do I see any other bids? We're at 600, 650, 650, thank you. All right, we're gonna move up to 675 we have, and now I need 7. 7 we got. Do I hear 7 in the corner? 8, he jumped all the way to 8. He wants this, all right. 850, 850, what was that? 850 we have, 850 we have. There's 1,000 from Scott. Great, great. Are we going any higher? Are we going any higher?
Can't go any higher.
1,100? 1,100? Thank you, we have 1,100 now, we'll go to 1,150, we need 12. 12 we got. That's $100 a person. What's the deal? 1,200. Do I hear?
What they having for lunch?
Yeah.
What?
They're gonna sell 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's Sharon back there, right?
Sell 2.
So we got 2. You want to sell? You want? We ought to sell them both for the same price, right? The same price, seriously. 1,100 there. Well, Scott, you want to go if we stop at 12? Will you do one at 12? All right, we got 2 at $1,200 a piece. Thank you very much. Wow. Very generous. Very generous. Now we have yeah, that was great. Now we have an upland bird hunt. I presume this is mainly pheasants. Sometimes they offer other birds, quail and so forth. The Highland Sportsman's Club in Cascade is a premier facility for recreational shooting and upland bird hunting. This is a 15-bird pheasant hunt for up to 4 guests, including guide provided, dogs provided, lunch provided, and drinks. Also, the cleaning of the birds is also included. What a deal. Any date between this coming November 1st and March 1st of next year. Value at about $500.
Can't move the mic. Stand up, step a little closer.
Oh, sure. I didn't want to get too close.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
You mean you can't hear back there?
They're old.
You better buy that for John.
All right, we got a pheasant hunt here that includes everything. The food, the guide, the dogs, the bird cleaning, everything. Who'll start me off at $300? $300. This is for, well, up to 4 guests can go. 300 back there, who'll do 4? Do I hear 4? We got 300 back here. Do I hear 350? 350. We got 300 once. 350, thank you. Now to get 4, we get 4, we got 350 over here. Who'll do 4? Who'll do 4? Yes, I see a hand. Now I need 450. 450, yes. 450, give me 5. Give me 5. We got 450, 475, 475, 475. This is quite a deal, especially you don't have to clean the birds yourself, you know. 450, do you want to do 475? I guess not. We're going to sell it once, twice. 5, I heard right over here, just under the wire. Now I need 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Talk it over. Oh yeah, hey, better say that. This was donated by Chris and Tricia Recklitz. Thank you very much. Where are we at back here?
5 right here.
We got 5 up in front from Eric. Do I hear 5 1/4? Do I hear 5 1/4? We're going to sell it at $500. Going to sell it once, twice. Thank you, Eric Nelson. Thank you very much. And thanks to Chris and Tricia Recklitz. Okay, just 3 more things. 3 more things, real quickly. This is a unique item coming up.
Sounds like our meeting on Monday.
Listen up, folks, we're just about done. 3 things. This is called the Wealth Freedom Estate Planning Session and Basket. Tim Gerds is the owner, and he is donating an estate planning session along with a cooler, 2 dozen golf balls, 2 tumblers, a baseball cap, and 2 extra large golf shirts. The estimated value on this one is $2,500. An estate planning session. Tim Gerds donating. Okay, who'll start me out at 1,000? Who'll start me out at 1,000? This is worth $2,500. Who'll start me at 500? 500 for the estate planning. We got to have somebody out there who needs to do this and hasn't taken care of it yet. 500. Do I hear 4? Do I hear 4? Let's think this over and come back in a minute after I do these other 2 items, okay? Think about this. This is a big item. The next item is also unique. Listen to this one. Paul Wagner, who was a former Major League pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cleveland Indians, is currently the pitching coach for the Lake Country Dockhounds out there in the Oconomowoc area. This package includes 2 tickets to a game next season. I think their season is over for this year. A tote bag, a bucket hat, a bobblehead, a baseball cap, wristbands, and a pitching lesson with Paul Wagner. I could have used this years ago before my arm went dead.
He wasn't alive.
That's right, he wasn't alive back then. Wow, this is quite an item. Who started off at $100? $100 for this very unique item. I imagine you could have your grandson go and get the pitching list. There's 100. Do I get 150? Yes. Do I get 2? Do I get 2? We got 150. Do I hear 2? There's 2 back there. Now I need 250. 250. We got 200 back here. We need 250. This is, of course, I think for next year. Yes, 2023. We got 200 right over here. Where was it? Back here? Okay. Do I hear 225? 225. Yes, from Jerry Missling. Now I need 250. Now I need 250. We're going to sell it at 225. Thank you. 250. 250. 275. 275. Back there, yes. Now 300. We got 275. We got to have 3. We got 275. We got to have 3. We're going to sell it at 275. 3 over there. Now I need 3 1/4. We got 300. I need 3 1/4. We're going to sell it. Going once at 300. Going twice, and 3 strikes, you're out right over here for $300. Who is that? Robin bid on it? Thank you, Robin. Robin Turtenwald made that nice bid. Okay, here's a nice item. Well, this won't close us off because we're going to go back to that estate planning, but this is the last one. The Central Bark Basket. Central Bark is located in Sussex. And this basket includes a plush dog bed, bandana, dog treats, chew toy, and a doggy apron. The estimated value, $100. And I suppose you can take your dog over to Central Bark and let him run. Who'll give me 50? Who donated this, by the way? Does anybody know? Central Bark? They donated. Okay. Do we have a $50 here? Do I hear 75? Yes, 75 back there. Do I hear 100? 100. We got 100 here. I need 100 and a quarter. We got 100 here. That's face value. 100 and a quarter. 100 and a quarter. We're going to sell it. Central Bark. No, it's 125. Now I need 150. 150. He says sure. 175. 150. She's shaking her head. 150. Some dog's going to be happy here. Going once. Twice. You have a dog? Nope. Oh,
Yes, there's son.
Newman, you're going to go over there with the collar around you.
I don't want a dog like that. Yes, they were
So,
snuggle
right
up to
here,
me.
thank you very much for the 100.
I mean, a snuggle.
All right, this estate planning thing, I'm going to go back to once and... Yeah, well, that's true. If you've got your own estate plan in order, you could buy this as a Christmas gift to give to your son or daughter and have them get their affairs in order.
So they can donate to you.
I'm gonna go back here and start this at $500. It's worth about $2,500. Anybody interested in $500? $500 for this estate planning session and these other goodies thrown in besides. Who'll give me 5? Who'll give me 5? Do I hear 4? Do I hear 4? Do I hear 4? I'm going to stop it there, and the people that are running this. Oh wait, we got 4 from Dan Canota. Now do I hear 5? We got 400 here. Do I hear 5? We're going to sell it at that price. You want to sell it at that price? 400 going once. Heck of a deal. Going twice. So thank you, Dan Canota, and thank you. Thank you very much, folks. Have a good evening.
Nice job, Ed. Thank you. Nice job, Ed. Thank you very much. The foundation appreciates everybody's contributions, and those who both donated and those who won. I'd now like to turn the program over to our Vice Chair, Eric Nelson.
Well, first, welcome and thank you for being here this evening. I'd like to thank you for attending and supporting the GMFF throughout the year. I'd also like to thank our generous sponsors and auction donors, as well as the volunteers who made tonight possible. You know, Randy said it in his open, but I encourage you to spend a few minutes to learn more about the GMFF in your program and on our website. We'd love to have a conversation with you, whether it's about estate planning, whether it's about a donation, or possibly volunteering opportunities. We're always looking for people who are interested in supporting the community, and we want to make that happen. So please feel free to contact any of us. Before we recognize tonight's guests of honor, I'd like to recognize the members of our Foundation Society that are listed in your program on the back. These individuals have gone above and beyond and made the GMFF what it is. The members of the Foundation Society have not only donated a significant amount of funds to help sustain the mission of the GMFF, but they have and continue to support the Foundation through their service and volunteer work, which is equally, if not more valuable, than their financial commitment. This year, I'm pleased to announce that Randy and Danielle Newman have joined the Founders Society. Both are extremely committed to our community, including through their leadership and commitment to the GMFF and the farmers market. On behalf of the GMFF and everyone here, we're tremendously grateful to you both. Thank you. And that will bring us to our featured honorees this evening. The first recognition that we will confer is the Patriotism Award. This recognition is given to a member of our community who has dedicated service that exemplifies patriotism to our country. The honoree exhibits the respect and loyalty of this country's greatest treasure, freedom, and upholds the belief in the ideals that shaped America. He professes the epitome of Americanism and continually promotes the standards of what it means to be an American. Previous honorees are Stan Larson, Bob Altzelberger, John Lukaszewski, and John Lukaszewski. The recipient of this year's Patriotism Award is Wally Kangas. I'd like to invite Robin Mackey to read Wally's nomination and present the award. Robin?
Hi, my name is Robin Mankey, and I have the pleasure to speak on the recipient of the Greater Menomonee Falls Patriotism Award for 2022, Wally Kangas. There he is. Okay. Carolyn Colbert and Janet Hickel both nominated Wally for this honor, and I want to share their kind words about this local patriot. In Janet's words, I would like to formally nominate Wally Kangas for the 2022 Menomonee Falls Foundation Patriot Award. I have known Wally for several years as I have been involved in various veterans activities throughout Menomonee Falls. In my mind, Wally is a true patriot in every sense of the word. First off, Wally was in the Air Force from 1960 to 1964, where he served in Washington State, Vietnam, Japan, and the Philippines. He was an advisor in Vietnam from 1962 to 1963. His discharge rank was E3. He participated in Operation Steampipe and Farmgate. The medals awarded during his service include the Good Conduct Medal, Small Arms Marksmanship Ribbon, Vietnam Service Medal. Once returning from service, he became involved in many veterans organizations and community activities over the years. He served as quartermaster for Menomonee Falls VFW Post 9496. He serves in the Menomonee Falls Henritzi Schneider American Legion Post number 382 Honor Guard, which provides color guard during various ceremonies such as funerals, parades, and memorial services. He participated in the planning and implementation of the Veterans Day ceremony by the river, the Menomonee Falls River and Dam, where a bench dedication occurred. He is also a member of the Wisconsin Vietnam Veterans Chapter 1. He is involved in many other volunteer activities throughout our village and surrounding areas, such as the Menomonee Falls School Veterans Liaison, Menomonee Falls Community Education Liaison, Menomonee Falls Recreation Department Veterans Liaison, the Milwaukee Labor Council AFL CIO Veterans Committee member, Milwaukee VA Medical Center hospital events, and he visits veteran shut-ins at various resident homes. He is a longtime member at Grace Lutheran Church in Menomonee Falls. Wally has been a very active volunteer in Stars and Stripes Honor Flight since April 2011. According to Debbie Kleiss, Wally has volunteered at the airport on honor flight days almost every flight. Sometimes he volunteers both during morning send-off and evening homecoming. He has also been a principal volunteer with our 20-panel traveling art show, offering his vehicle to transport the panels from place to place, as well as helping to disassemble and reassemble the show. He has offered his time outside of a flight day, manning information booths at events and participating in parades. He has always displayed a respect and desire to honor our veterans. Always smiling, he has always a positive mental attitude. Personally, I can say I will always be thankful for Wally's support and help throughout the years. He is often the first person at the annual Menomonee Falls Memorial Tribute Ceremony over the past 9 years to help set up, move picnic tables, and make sure that everything is just right. He has also provided invaluable support and guidance to the Menomonee Falls Walter Miller AMVETS post as they were working through the complicated process of disbanding their post after 70 years. In summary, Wally is always there, at the ready, to do whatever needs to be done to support veterans as well as the village of Menomonee Falls. And that was from Janet Hickle. On a personal note, my father, Robert Baer, returned from World War II fresh from the life-changing experiences of war on a hospital ship with pneumonia. When he was discharged, he declined his earned medals because he wanted to move on from a part of his life that he felt was over. A lifetime after his return, but before his death, Wally Kangas ensured that Army technician 5th grade Robert Baer received his duly awarded medals, including the Bronze Star. My family and I are thankful for his efforts on behalf of our veteran. And now I'd like to present Wally.
Not only is the award heavy, but the title. Robin, thanks for those words. Everything this evening is once in a lifetime. For the men I served, the women I was with, and the evening tonight. Thank you, Jenna Hinkle, for all the information. You have made connections, I think, with the CIA. Because I don't know where she got it from. I never saw it on a record. My dear friends Jim and Carolyn Goldberg. If you didn't see the JS Online article that she had an interview with the Milwaukee Sentinel Journal, they are in the outer area for a nominal fee. All kidding aside, when I saw that, it was like listening to what was said this evening about me, and I was blown away. I'm going to use an illustration tonight, if I may do that. The illustration is, and I'm happy to see it, a mature group here, because if this was a younger group and I was speaking in a school, they would not know what I was speaking about. This is a piano roll from I play piano. And so let me begin my presentation. First of all, I have a lot of things I want to say. Second of all, I realized it was too long and I had to take a lot of notes out. Thirdly, as you all know about award shows, when the music plays, I know I've said too much, but I all know you know this song. So if you all start humming it, you know, within a half hour, I'll know to step away. The piano roll and the song is the Beer Barrel Polka. All right, so we'll go with that. Three things I want to emphasize on. One is community. Second is friends. Community. Volunteerism is a labor of love. Please allow me just to take a quick thank you fest for all the people. Greater Menomonee Falls Foundation. Just look at this room. It's been everything that you did. Everything at its best is here. It's through the years that your mission has provided this for our community. And my fellow nominees, congratulations also. They all said it only take 4 minutes. We've got 5 on our side, so I got to keep it short. There's no question in my mind and in my heart, this award is not mine. It's shared with my wife, Karen, for 56 years. I would not be able to have gotten through this, through the years, without her sacrificing our time together for my passion and calling. Karen, I love you. Any past or current veterans in the room this evening? Raise your hand. There we go. Yep. Thank you for your service. Absolutely. Family and friends. I'm going to take the time to introduce my family, if I may. And my family tonight, who I can count on, like all of us, family members, in their support for my mission and our troops. Our son Bill, his wife Brenda, my brother Larry, his wife Jane, our friends Randy and Sherry, Dave and Marilyn. Oh, by the way, Dave carried my wife's books in 5th grade. This is a community effort, I'm going to tell you right now. How did I get here tonight? Well, for those that served that I know, my dad, pre-World War I, pre-World War II, he was my mentor. 3 uncles, World War II, 1 uncle, Korea, 2 cousins in Vietnam, 1 in Europe, and all Army. But wait a minute, did I see somebody in the house here tonight? Oh, a Marine, Ray Etzel. All right, now we're complete. Mr. Etzel is my commander at Post 382, and he is the leader of our honor guard. Our post does over 100 funerals yearly, an absolute honor. As mentioned earlier, Robin's dad, Mr. Robert Bear, the greatest generation, World War II. We wouldn't be here in this gathering without their sacrifice. He survived the Battle of the Bulge, major battle in Europe, heavy casualties. And I'm honored to have worked with the VFW, the American Legion, and our service officer to get his medals. He was so recognized by the Army that when we submitted for his medals, they flew in from Madison in a chopper, a general, to make those presentations. It was that important, not only for him, but for the United States Army. Long time coming. Sacrifice. About a year ago, our village president, Mr. Dave Glasgow, and I did a presentation at the Moving Vietnam Wall in Waukesha at Frame Park. Mr. Glasgow read the names of those from our community that perished, but whose names are forever inscribed on the memorial. He had a great time meeting Vietnam vets, get the full experience of what it is. 58,281. Brothers and sisters that are on the wall. 4 of them that I served with. Bennett, Booth, Fox, Tully, and my cousin 7 years later, cousin Stanley. Stars and Stripes has been a blessing to all veterans, all conflicts, current, but mainly those that served in a conflict of war. They were able to fly to see their memorials in Washington, D.C., at no cost. But the biggest thing was the welcome home. Absolutely. It has been a privilege to be with that organization. The attitude and the camaraderie of the volunteers that want to honor every veteran that they serve that given day, in the morning and the welcome home that evening. Debbie Gleis has been my mentor. She's on the board of directors, personal friend. That was a complete surprise to me. Shows you what a brotherhood and a sisterhood is in volunteering. It's something that's a bond, the same, only in a different manner than those that served. Volunteerism is a labor of love. My daughter-in-law, Brenda, she says, "Papa, you're 80. I'm like, well, I guess I am. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm 80. Which I have to say to her is the lyrics of the Bear Barrel Polka. Do we all know what it is? Roll out the barrel, we're gonna have some fun. Good? Y'all sound better than me. But the bottom line, wait till you see me at 90. In conclusion, finally, what a country, America. To have been and to be able to service humankind. As a true patriot, as a true person in volunteering, I am truly blessed. This evening, by your participation and being here, only adds to the value of my life. Thank you.
I think we might have to have you back next year, Wally. That was excellent. Thank you, and thank you for everything you've done. We appreciate it. We'll move on to the Shining Star recognition. This award is conferred to a member of a not-for-profit who has dedicated his or her time and talent and made a generous contribution to that organization. Through their acts of volunteerism, the organization makes a significant impact on our community. Previous honorees include Roger Bochek, Phyllis Waters, Diane Becker, Patsy Bear, Harry Stetzel, Vicki Schmidt, and Gail Grenier-Sweet. This year's Shining Star Award is given to Jill Schmidt. I'd like to invite Carol McGibney to read Jill's nomination and present her award. Carol?
Robin here.
Or not Carol?
Me again. Carol couldn't be here tonight, so I'm pinch hitting. Do you know Jill? If you lived and grew up in the village of Menomonee Falls, there is a good chance that you do. Her family and descendants settled in Menomonee Falls back in the 1800s. It was her father, John James Badke, and his gift of storytelling that would inspire Jill to preserve her family's stories and later the history of the village. But wait, more on that later. Perhaps you knew Jill at Menomonee Falls High School, graduate of 1972. If you did, perhaps you attended your recent 50th class reunion. Did you know that Jill and fellow classmate Maripat Blankenheim co-chaired the event? Jill was in charge of finding classmates from North, checking alumni directories, yearbooks of siblings, reaching out on Facebook, and even knocking on doors. She did not leave a stone unturned to make sure everyone who could receive an invitation did. The team also created a class reunion booklet. Jill contributed class events and school history. Or perhaps you knew Jill as the lead singer and musician of the band New York, a 6-night-a-week show road band that traveled all over the Midwest, playing at every Holiday Inn, Hoffman House, Ramada Inn, and many freestanding clubs. Or perhaps you knew Jill when she waitressed at Cafe Agora. Although she retired in 2019, she found that she missed her loyal customers and fellow staff so much. When the opportunity came to work again as a hostess, well, she did not pass up the chance. Or perhaps, as I do, you know Jill for the work that she and her colleague and friend, Lenora Mullock Weber, have done to record the history of the village of Menomonee Falls and to preserve it for future generations. It is for this very important reason that I nominated Jill for the Shining Star Award. Her interest began at the age of 19 when her father's stories and notes from her father's sister, Betty, inspired her to investigate the family's genealogy. Her interest expanded when she began indexing articles from the old Menomonee Falls News found in our library. She killed 2 birds with 1 stone. The information not only helped her with her own family search, but the index also available at the library was a tool for others to use. Back when there was no internet access, Jill walked the cemetery of St. Mary's Catholic Church and stone by stones collected names and dates, transcribing them late into the night. Her efforts are available at the library. In many ways, Jill's research has benefited the Menomonee Falls Public Library, in particularly the Maud Shunk History Room. Jill has worked with and served on the board of directors of the Menomonee Falls Historical Society since the mid-1980s. She has chaired the Historical Society's popular Silver Tea since 2009, the longest consecutive running event in the Falls, and has given guided tours of the Miller-Davidson House and Cup House for many years. She also helps out whenever she can at the Old Falls Village events. Jill has also taken her love for our local history on the road when she dresses in period clothing and speaks by invitation at local organizations and churches, sharing Menomonee Falls' past and good news in presentations like The Streets of Menomonee Falls and Menomonee Falls Through the Ages. Most recently, Jill and a team of Falls Cable Access staff have come together to create the monthly Talk of the Town Facebook series, highlighting articles written 100 years ago from the weekly Menomonee Falls News. Special features are called Citizen Spotlight, when Jill gathers and scripts more important information about influential and historical Menomonee Falls citizens and their noteworthy contributions to our community. Citizens such as businessmen William Nays, Fred Thomas, and Garwin Mace, Dr. Edward Burkhart, and librarian Maud Shunk. So if you don't know Jill, go find her. She should be easy to find. She is a shining star, keeping alive the history of our village and enhancing this great community of Menomonee Falls. Words of Carol McGibbony. And I introduce Jill. Whatever way you want to. Oh, this is really nice.
Thank you, Rob. Oh, isn't this nice? This is so nice. Oh, my Pa would love this. My Pa. Hi, everybody. Hi. All of you. And nice to meet new friends. Like I said, Pa would love this. My Pa was the best storyteller ever. I remember hearing all about him growing up on the farm out on Menomonee Avenue. Heard all about his grandpa who had a glass eye. He'd pop that sucker out and roll it across the kitchen table. Then he'd be playing sheepshead with the grandkids. The boys thought it was hilarious. Heard all about his 2 uncles that died before they were 4 years old because they picked and ate the wrong berries out of the backyard on the farm. I heard all about his ma when his ma was little and she was scared to death when she was watching her younger siblings in the farmhouse while her parents were out in the fields. She saw an Indian coming across the street with a deer across his shoulders. He went out back into the smokehouse and traded that deer for the venison, or for a smoked ham that was hanging there. That didn't end well. My great-grandpa doesn't like venison. So. We humans are a people of stories. Our cultures, our religions, our history is made up of a collection of stories. I've heard it said that when a person dies, all their history, their knowledge, their life story is gone forever. Not if I can help it. A month ago, the Historical Society had its summer quarterly meeting. And after our picnic lunch, I was ready to leave, but I was stopped by a lady who asked if I used to guide in the cock house at Old Falls Village, and after I confirmed that, yes, that was me, I used to do that, she was so excited to tell me that she has now joined the Historical Society because of the tour that I had given her. She said I inspired her, and she wanted to become more involved in the local history, and now she is the docent in the cock house, and she gives the tours. She really has no idea how much that meant to me, to hear that somebody was actually listening to the history and stories that I was telling about the cock house and their dairy. The Historical Society's mission statement is to preserve, advance, disseminate knowledge of the history of the village of Menomonee Falls. And this has become my personal mission. COVID. The settlement of our village was less than 200 years ago, and we have already lost so much history. Back in the mid-1960s, our village had the biggest celebration on record. Everybody remembers what that was, Anna?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Diamond Jubilee, a week-long celebration of the history of our village. We even put on a play in the high school football field about our village. It was called Echoes. Everyone in the village was there. Everyone was there. Either you were in the play or you were there watching the play, but everybody was there because we all had our connection to the story of Menomonee Falls. Kids my age back then had grandparents, many of them who were still alive, and they were actually the grandchildren of the original village pioneer settlers. We all knew their names. We all knew all the stories. And this will never happen again. The grandchildren of the grandchildren, my generation, well, a lot of them have moved away. Some have died. The rest of us are in line to pass next. What about our children? What about our grandchildren? Do they know their stories? Do they know our story? I have been with the Historical Society now for over 40 years, and I've been on the board for over 30 years. I've guided in some of the houses, helped out with numerous events, even been the Silver Tea Chair for over 13 years. Every Saturday night in the summer until mid-October, with a very few exceptions, you will find me making the free popcorn and then working in the kitchen for the duration of the beer depot, for the beer garden. The beer depot, yeah, well that was our grant, yeah, thank you, yeah, we have that too. So I expect to see you all at the beer garden this Saturday. So I've already given multiple presentations on the history of the falls to many groups. A new 4-part series of presentations about the streets of Old Menomonee Falls are being put together presently. The first one's already done, and I gave that at the library in August. Up the Big Hill was the title. The second part will be Down by the Old Mill Stream. That's in the works and should be ready by this spring. Hope to see you all at the library this spring. The Art Walk this past summer was a new avenue for me to share village stories. I was privileged to work on the bus tours to some of the murals, and then on the way, I would give historical information about the buildings and the families in those buildings along the road. Pioneer and Century family certificates are available for those who are descendants of early settlers or those families who have settled here at least 100 years ago, or as we say in the Falls, 100 years ago. Just let me know if you qualify. Come on, Newman. I know. So if you're interested in getting one, just holler. Let me know. Requests for family genealogy come in all the time, and I have searched census records, plat maps, cemetery records. Our Menomonee Falls News is one of the best papers that was ever done. Anyone here who has had ancestors that were here in the Falls, you let me know what information you want, and I'll do my best to find that for you. Or please share whatever family pictures and stories you have, so we can add that to our historical collection up at the library. Don't throw away the pictures. Don't throw away the stories. Don't throw away the funeral cards. If anyone has funeral cards from your family and you don't know what to do with them, throw them my way, please. Don't throw them out. We have a whole collection we've started, and it's really helpful for family genealogy. Now, a few weeks ago, I was invited to my great-nephew's birthday party. And while there, I reconnected with his 16-year-old son, Aiden, whom I had not seen since he was a little toddler. Aiden came up to me and he asked, "Auntie, I was searching our family name and some pictures came up. Do you know who these people are?" And he showed me his phone. And I smiled and I said, "Yeah, I know who they are. They're my parents." I said, "These are your great-great-grandparents." One of the pictures was of my pa at 16, Aiden's age now. He thought that was pretty cool. So the next 2 hours were spent in telling Aiden some family stories. There are hundreds of stories that still need to be told about Menomonee Falls, our history and our pioneer ancestors. And for as long as I can, I will be finding those stories and sharing them with all who will listen, and all who won't. My deep appreciation to the Greater Menomonee Falls Foundation for this award. It's something I will always treasure. My appreciation also goes out to the villagers of Menomonee Falls, past and present, and for sharing their stories and for keeping the history alive of Menomonee Falls. Thank you all so very much.
Lest anyone challenge the credentials of a storyteller, there's a storyteller. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that glimpse of history, and I look forward to learning more. Thank you. We'll now turn our attention to the Unsung Hero Award. This person has worked behind the scenes, quietly and selflessly, contributing positively to the quality of community life. Her caring acts and humanitarian activities may be performed individually or in support of an organization's goals. Previous honorees include Leroy Bulow, Bob and Diane Cowan, Russ Knopf, Monica Schultz, and Rebecca Dombrowski. This year we recognize Cecilia Valentine as the Unsung Hero. I'd like to invite Sue Carney to read Cecilia's nomination and present the award. Sue?
Good evening, everybody. I nominated Cecilia Valentine for the Unsung Hero Award because of her volunteerism. I'd like to take 2 quotes from my favorite author, Winston Churchill. "You make a living by what you get, but you make a life by what you give." Volunteers necessarily don't have the time, but they have the heart. These quotes remind me of Cecilia. She definitely has heart. Well, I know you, Cecilia. You choose to volunteer unselfishly without expectations of being rewarded. Well, I'm sorry. Tonight you're being rewarded. We want to just let you know how much your dedication and appreciate all the difference that you make for all of us. Here are just a few things that Cecilia has volunteered for. And again, these is just a few. She works at Lippert, and through Lippert, they work with the Home for the Troops. They build fully adaptable, mortgage-free homes for the post-9/11 severely injured veterans. Cecilia has put on 12 golf outings and 5 clay shoots so far. Her husband, Richard, and Cecilia personally has participated in a few of the kickoffs and the key ceremonies. She helped build and remodel some of these homes and was there to hand the keys over. She also works here in Menomonee Falls. It's called the River Keeper Spring Cleanup. She's done this since 2008. She's worked on the bug line and local waters, cleaning them up for the spring. She works, supports, and volunteers for all of the fall festivals and Tosa Fest. So if anybody doesn't know that Fall Fest and Tosas are run by the same management team. So just because they didn't have volunteers for Tosa, they called her and her husband went to volunteer this year. She also works with the chamber. I got to meet her on the chamber board. She volunteer supports, and I put most activities, but she's been at every activity since I've been on the board. And she helps with the awards banquet, party in the park, and sponsors. One of the things that I'm very proud of is she started a new group with the chamber called the WE. It's called Women in Power with Women Roundtables. We have tons of roundtable CEOs, but this just happens to be dedicated for women. She also has some fun things she's done. She also belongs, and you guys will have to ask her about this, it's called the Official Awkward Nerd Herd. What this does is she volunteers for events that they have in the area and fundraising for them, so you have to ask her exactly what that is. She also volunteered this year to help Bueller Construction with their first charitable event, which was a clay shoot, to help Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And I asked her, is there anything else that she's done? She said, well, I don't know if this really counts. And I said, okay. So she says, well, I helped Freighter Wheeling and Healing. I helped Lippard do a team, and she personally put a team together and did some fundraising. She worked with the Operation Final Home and Community Smiles Dental. She did fundraising this year for them. So again, this is just this year she's done that. So if you, oops, my time is up, I guess. If you look around and you see events that you have, Cecilia, you're going to see her. She's at everything. I was downtown at a Halloween event last year, and unfortunately I went to go buy my tickets, and who do I find? Is Cecilia. And I said, Cecilia, what are you doing here? Well, my son wanted to be here. So she didn't want to be, they needed help, so she picked up and started selling tickets for them. So again, please look around and you will see Cecilia probably at some of your events. Cecilia, your willingness to give unselfishly to others speaks volumes, both for your quality of character and your strength. No matter how much time you give, it's important that you know what you do makes a difference to everyone. Thank you, Cecilia.
Well, yeah, hold this for. I'm going to be selfish for a moment. I have a bunch of people that couldn't be here, so will you all take a selfie with me? Okay. Ready? Ready? Oh, it went off. Hold on. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, we didn't put you down, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Official photo. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, hi, thank you. I have to admit, this feels a little weird, because you guys are all giving me an award for something I just kind of enjoy doing. Volunteering, it's kind of selfish. I feel good when I can help others. I feel good when I can be useful, where there's a need, fill a need, help out. It's just kind of what we do. Sorry, it's weird, it's nervous. Hi, I also feel weird because I don't feel like this award belongs just to me, because there's so many other people out there helping with all these different initiatives, all these things I like to get involved in. But in particular, my family has always supported me and my crazy ideas of, oh, let's go help them do this today. You know, they've always been there. Sometimes they say they're being voluntold, not volunteering, but bless them, they do it, they love it, they never complain. Honestly, just being out there and trying to help wherever we can, you know, my husband and I, this is how we raised our children. It's just what we know, it's just what we do. But yeah, so Sue, thank you for making me sound cool. And to the community and to the foundation, thank you for this award.
Yeah.
Our final recognition is for the Lifetime Achievement Award. The hallmark of this award is outstanding community leadership and civic involvement. The person who is rewarded the award should evidence history of diverse volunteer activities and leadership roles that have contributed to the benefit and betterment of the Greater Menomonee Falls area and its citizens. The recipient will be recognized for his or her consistent record of community service and achievements. Previous honorees are Lou Tietz, Ed Schlumpf, Larry Hebring, Ray and Marion Etzel, Tim Newman, Rick Recklitz, and Mary Stark. This year's Lifetime Achievement recipient is Jerry Missling. I'd like to invite Rick Cole to read Jerry's nomination and present the award.
Eric, could I have Robin read that instead?
They'll be short quick.
When I was asked to, what would I write to this nominee, and my words with Jerry is that Jerry's commitment to making the community a better place is evidently clear through his volunteerism activities. A person who values family and service makes him very qualified. When I found out that Jerry was to receive the award, I ran into a friend and I said, you know, Miss Lang's going to get the Lifetime Achievement Award this year. And he goes, well, Kathy certainly deserves it. Hard to argue with that. But, you know, Jerry has got, you know, if Jerry has got his volunteer activities and his awards is 2 full pages. And I'm going to touch on a few of them. I can't go through all of them. It's amazing what Jerry has done. And when I looked at that 2 pages, where does one start? I'm going to start with this. You know, you go through life, you know, and you meet different people. Some become friends at numerous stages in your life. It's truly a blessing when you have a friend for most stages of your life. And I've known Jerry for over 50 years. And Jerry, he graduated from Menomonee Falls High School in 1968, went to the University of La Crosse, where he received an honorable discharge. Joined the armed services, served our country for 2 years, came back home, got a job at the telephone company, met his wife Kathy. A few weeks ago, they just celebrated their 46th anniversary. He had 3 daughters, and as they played sports, Jerry got into coaching, and he coached them in mainly basketball and baseball, softball, but he coached well beyond when they graduated. He has a long history of coaching kids in grade school, Little League, and he coached for many years. I can't even add them all up. And he liked it. He was good at it. If you don't believe me, just ask him. You know, I've been fortunate too to serve with Jerry. We're fellow optimists, and Jerry is also a former president of the club. He now serves currently as the treasurer, and but he's so active. He chairs TriStar Soccer, which was held, was that last night? Last night. TriStar Baseball he's done. Post-prom, he chairs that. He announces at the fishing derby, chairs our speakers committee, and he's involved in many of the activities that the Optimists do, and he embodies the spirit and motto of the Optimists, which is friend of youth. He's done that, you know, since he joined, I think in 2000, was it 10?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. His list of achievements don't stop there. If you have ever gone to a high school event, I'm sure you've heard him. Jerry is considered the voice of the Falls Phoenix, formerly the Indians, but he's announced, I think, every sport there is. You think of maybe, oh yeah, football, basketball, baseball. You don't stop there. You know, volleyball, wrestling, swimming, gymnastics, track and field, girls softball. You name it, I think he's announced it. And he's done this for many years. He's also, I've been fortunate, I've also announced with him the July 3rd parade. And it was Chris Forson, who's Falls Cable Access Director. If you've seen some of the he's had it reruns on Channel 14, if you got Spectrum. So if you've seen that, according to myself, I think it's been the most watched program on the network. Am I right, Chris?
That's right, Rick.
All right, thanks, Chris. You know, he's always been, Jerry is, you know, he's also active in his church. He's been a lector for 28 years. He was a minister of the Eucharist, I think, for about 4. So he's been very active there. And his list of achievements have just made this award, I think, really special and well-deserved. And when I think of the Lifetime Achievement Award, I'm going to end with this saying. If you don't leave the past in the past, it will destroy your future. Look at what is in front of you, not what yesterday took away. The best is yet to come. Welcome, Jerry Missling.
I just told Rick he did a great job, but his facts were way off. We've been married 46 years. Kathy's been happily married 2 years. Day here, day there, came out to about 2 years. This is obviously a very, very great night for myself and my family, my wife Kathy, my 3 daughters, Jen, Jack, and Jolene, and my extended family. And evidently, my friends who apparently had nothing else to do tonight, so they stopped over tonight. We got them scattered around the room here, so I want to thank them for coming. But once again, it's about volunteer work. And volunteers, we don't start out trying to win awards. But when you do, it's pretty cool. I'll tell you, it's pretty nice. But you don't start out, you see a need, someone or some group, and you step in and you help out. And I've been fortunate to work for 4 different groups. But the opportunities that came along started out simple, but wound up getting bigger and bigger. Examples I'll give. With St. Anthony's, I lectured for 27 years. I coached my daughter Jolene for 4 years. And you go 5th through 8th grade. Well, I was in church after she had left, and I said to the usher, whose daughter was an altar girl, I said, "How tall is your daughter?" And I got a call that afternoon. I hear you want to coach 5th grade basketball. These are true stories. Father Jerry said these are true stories. And I said, yeah, I would do it. Well, we went through the 4 years there. I get another call. Are you interested? I said, absolutely not. I said, but why? He says, well, we've got one candidate, and Father Jerry says, if that's the only candidate, they don't have a team. And so I took the job, took him as my alternate. Father Jerry's here tonight. His chauffeurs are here, Ray and Betty Rogan. He came all the way down from Eden. Not the Garden of Eden, Eden, Wisconsin. He's old, but he's not that old. I want to thank Father Jerry for coming tonight. But so that kind of wraps up the St. Anthony. Then I move on to high school. And I was Booster Club president, and I was a Thursday night freshman game. And I was standing next to my dear departed friend Dave Petroff. And I said to Dave, how come they don't announce here? He goes, because we don't pay. I said, well, I'll give it a try. So I called my buddy Dennis Sullivan over there, and as a spotter, we went up to the booth the next game, and for the next 13 years, every Thursday night, we did a freshman or JV game. Unpaid. One year, I think we got a hat. One hat, I kept it, he didn't get one. But they gave us a hat. And we did that, but doing that led to other unpaid things. I did freshman and girls basketball. I did volleyball. I did some TV for Falls Cable Access. I did softball. I'd lug the speakers and lug them back. And I'd fill in for Bruce Rachner. And it was fun. You do that, you work with those kids, and it was great. The other thing, too, is Jim Otzelberger one time, his sister, Barbara's here, Barbash, volunteered me to coach incoming girls basketball during the summer. And they wanted me as a coach because I didn't have any kids on the team. I would be fair and impartial. And I said, okay, I'll do it that 1 year, and then 11 years later I quit. And Craig Amundsen's response was, you quit already? I said, yeah. But I will go back. People say, were you a good coach? I consider myself a good coach for one reason. Kids didn't quit. When I got done, the kids came back next year. You can go undefeated, and if your kids don't come back, you're not a good coach. I'll tell you that right now. You gotta, and be firm but fair. And I never had. And then Ruth Ann Petroff is here somewhere tonight, back there. And without that conversation with Dave, I don't know where my life would have gone. As far as never announcing, never working for the schools, I wouldn't be standing here right now. So Dave Petroff was a key person in turning that point in my life, and I really appreciate it. He's a great man. That's Little League. I didn't talk about Little League. My buddy's Rick Tellis here one time. Rick had taken a job as a coach, but we worked together at the phone company. He was late and missing, whatever. I went to so many practices that Rick let me be in a team picture. Is that right, Rick? Right. Yeah, he let me be in a team picture. So next year I said I want to be an assistant coach. So they paired me up with a manager I had never met. The guy doesn't show up at the draft. He doesn't come to a single practice. So the first game when he comes and introduces himself, I tell him, I'm the manager now, and you're the coach. And I coached Jolene for 4 years, and then I coached another 11 years without my kid on the team. And when it came time for All-Star games, I'd always get voted because I didn't have a kid in there. I was going to be fair with everyone. Everybody got a fair shake. And Little League was a great experience. We've got a great program here in the Falls. Lastly, I reluctantly joined the Optimist Club 11 years ago, basically to get that slump off my back. And the only part I'm kidding about when I say my back, I mean to get off me. And is Terry Fitzsimmons here tonight? No. Well, Terry Fitzsimmons and Ed were my sponsors. And that group, the Optimist Club, is my most reward. It's got everything I need. It's got great people to work with, a lot of camaraderie. We're focused in the Falls, and it's friend of youth, and it's the kids. And as I go through these different groups, the high school, Little League, St. Anthony's, and the Optimist Club, the common thread is kids. And I love working with kids. I love encouraging them, supporting them, coaching them. But the most important thing I like about kids, I like listening to them. Because their view on the world is a lot different than a cynical 72-year-old is. And you ask them questions, and I give you 3 quick examples. My granddaughter Brooklyn here was 6 years old, and I asked her if I could be her boyfriend. And she said, no. I said, well, why not? She goes, well, you're too old and you're too dusty. I I go, Dusty? What do you mean? She goes, well, your hair and your face, and your nose, you're just too dusty. So a week ago, I asked my 5-year-old, the youngest one, I said, now when you get old and you're going to tell him about your grandpa, what are you going to say? That I was very, very, and she goes, hairy. And old. And then I got my 9-year-old grandson Blake over here, and he says, maybe about a month ago, he goes, Grandpa, you know what's wrong with this country? I said, what? Gasflation. Gasflation is what's wrong with this country. And he's right. Gasflation is what's wrong with this country. But in closing, if I was to write an autobiography about my life, chapters of the book, there'd be a lot of good chapters. There'd be great chapters with families and friends, many who are here tonight. It'd also be a chapter that would be dark and depressing. It was a bad chapter in my life. But those same family members and those same friends were still there. And the ones that really helped me get through that are here tonight. Some, Kathy Sharkey from the Optimist Club. Ruth Ann Petroff and Dave and Spirit is here. Dr. Pat Greco is here. And Father Jerry, who he said, we're going to come out, we're going to have a talk for a half hour, and 3.5 hours later, I finally excused myself. But Father Jerry really helped me. But in that book, we get to the final chapter, and that could be tonight. It could be a storybook ending. Standing here tonight, being honored by the most prestigious club in my hometown, Menomonee Falls, surrounded by family and friends who never stop supporting me. And there's a line from Ringo Starr sings in this song, I don't ask for much, I only want trust. And you know that don't come easy. And believe me, it does not come easy. But once again, I want to thank the Greater Menomonee Falls Foundation for having the courage and the trust to select me for this award. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Jerry, and to all of this evening's honorees. You exemplify the very best of our community, and we are truly grateful for your service. With that, I'll turn the proceedings back to Randy. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. We are so proud to honor and recognize the efforts of such wonderful people. Thank you for your extraordinary commitment to our village. I think we all believe this is the greatest place to live. Some would say in the universe, certainly in the United States. But we have a community of amazing people, and you four tonight certainly exemplify that. The foundation is your hometown, homegrown way of giving back to your community. We don't survive without your help. As you listen to the amazing people tonight, every one of them, I'm almost sure every one of them, recognize organizations that the foundation has given to multiple of their organizations. So that's what we're here for. We can collect the small donations and make an impact in a large way to many of these organizations that allow these people to do their work and give their time back to make the Falls a wonderful place. So please take the time to visit our website. You can either give money to us or do estate planning. Anything you can do to help us out, we really would appreciate it. Know your money goes well spent and it multiplies. The people here that volunteer and did all this stuff, they multiply 10, 20, 100 times the value to the recipients. So thanks to everybody who contributes, thanks to those who give their time. As we go along that way, I'd like to close out and thank people who helped make this possible. First, our event sponsor, Polyak Trucking, this year's event sponsor. And also like to recognize our other event sponsors, including Dennis and Kathy Pollard, the Newman team at Shore West, Shelley's Hallmark, Robin's Nest, Edward Jones Menomonee Falls Office, Uptown, R&R Insurance, Pollard General Counsel, Klein Design, and Ludman Industries. Also great thanks to Ed Slump as our auctioneer. He's not only good at raising money, but he's pretty entertaining. And John Klein, who records all the history that Jill can use in future presentations. And last but not least, especially thanks to our dedicated Ovation committee who put this together. I hope they're all in the room. Robin Mankey, Molly Paulus, Mary Jo McGraw, Sue Jeskowitz, Kathy Oleg, and Joellen Mulder. They put countless hours in to put this event in to recognize these great citizens. So thank you, ladies. So I will plead with you one more time. Go home, consider a donation to the foundation. If you've done it already, talk to some friends, colleagues at work. Share the great work that's being done by these people in the village and how they can impact us. Reach into your pocket and give a little bit back to the foundation, and you will feel great after you send in their money. Congratulations to all our honorees. Thank you all for making Menomonee Falls great. We appreciate you for attending, and have a great evening. For those of you who have bought auction items, Rick Cole is over there, so if you go over and arrange payment, otherwise he's going to hunt you down. Jill's going to be the resource person to find you. But we really want to thank you all for coming. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for being part of the